Hi everyone, it's Maya, and today I thought it would be fun to look at all the dolls that I've had in the past that I then sold for one reason or another. I think I have everyone here, but I'm honestly not 100% sure, which is a little bit concerning if you ask me. But yeah, I put them all in chronological order based when I got them, not based on when I sold them. And I definitely had to dive back very deep to find a lot of these photos, which is why some of them are so bad. I look at my old blog posts and pictures from like 5-6 years ago, and I definitely was not as good with photography back then, so please pardon some of the bad images. So first up we have my Felicity doll. She was actually the first American Girl doll that I ever got. So it was kind of sad to say goodbye to her, but she was in pretty bad condition after so long because I got her when I was like 7. And, I just never really used her. I had her be a boy for a couple videos for Rewind, but that was really it. I do still have her wig, but I just sold her as TLC on eBay, and that was basically the end. Next we have Kit. She was in a couple of my very first YouTube videos. I got her as a birthday gift at one point, and my mom had gotten her used at a yard sale, so she wasn't super expensive, and she was really old and not in very good shape, and I kind of took her apart. Like, I took out her eyes. I actually still have her eyes sitting around, but they're kind of ruined now. And I just ended up sending her to an old online friend for free just because I kind of wanted to get rid of the parts and I didn't really know what to do with them. Next up we have Sammy, who was a My American Girl number 16 doll, but the older version with the big pie bangs. And I got her off Craigslist, intending to resell her. I didn't keep her around for very long. I used to do that a lot. You'll see it becomes a trend, and this was honestly the only photo I could find of her, and I took it on like a webcam. It's very, very bad quality. Another doll that I bought and then resold was Sandy. I don't know why I gave her that name, but she was a Kaylee doll. She was basically in like perfect condition, and I got her with a ton of stuff from her collection for really, really cheap, and I ended up reselling all of it to make money. I never intended to keep her, like I said, but it was kind of cool to have such an old girl of the year for a little while, so, no regrets. Another doll that I bought and then resold is Skylar, who was a Mia doll. I didn't intend to keep her because I already had Mia at the time, but she was being sold like with a bunch of stuff on Craigslist for really cheap. So I bought her, kind of fixed her up, and I kept a few of the outfits and I still have some of them, but I sold most of the stuff. Next we have Penny. She was originally a Krissa doll, but for most of the time I had her, I think she had this Jess wig on, which now that Jess wig is back on the original doll. I kept her around for a bit longer because I didn't buy her intending to sell her, but I eventually sold her to the Instagram user AGTriviaMaster, who eventually sold her to someone else, and I think she has her original wig now. I used to follow the person who eventually bought her, but I'm not really sure, honestly, but she was in a couple videos and stuff, so I have some nicer photos of her, but I had to take a screenshot from a video because I couldn't find enough. Next we have Harmony Jade, who is my Sage doll. By this point, I had a nice camera, so we have some good quality photos of her, and I had her for a while. Probably a couple years, although I actually had 2 Sage dolls because I bought one and then had to exchange her, but same thing. And she was a really pretty doll, and sometimes I do kind of regret selling her because her wig was so nice, but I just didn't really connect with her. I know that sounds so weird, but I'm sure all of you out there understand what I mean. And, I always say I'm trying to downsize my collection, so ultimately it was probably a good call. Another doll I had for a little while and then sold was Larkin, who is My American Girl number 27. I actually bought her from a really, really long-time online friend of mine. So it did kind of hurt to sell her a little bit, but at the end of the day, I just wasn't really connecting with her, even though she was super photogenic and everything. And I really liked her wig. I really love her eye color, but it just wasn't right. I wasn't ever really using her, and I got to make a fun video about selling her, so I don't regret it, honestly. Next, or last, but certainly not least, we have Fiona, my Caroline doll. She was one of 2 Caroline dolls left at the store. I really loved Caroline, and I really wanted her for a long time. But I think part of the reason that I sold Fiona was, like I said, I literally only had 2 dolls to pick from, and so I definitely didn't get a perfect, ideal Caroline. It was kind of a last-minute purchase. She was really pretty, but I was just kind of afraid to use her because of that hair. It's so beautiful, but it was so hard to keep neat. This was basically the only photo I had of her because I never really took her out or touched her or anything. And then I almost forgot that I had her in the first place when I was making this video. There are a couple dolls that used to be featured in my photos and videos that you don't really see anymore. Like, I'm considering selling my Mia doll. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do about that. There have been a few dolls like Jenna that I kind of put away for a while and then revived. And then I also used to have a 55 doll who that I then customized. Technically I still have her because I still have all of her parts, but you know, you don't really see her anymore. I'm probably gonna sell the parts soon. So I hope you guys thought this was interesting. I've definitely had a ton of dolls over the years that I sold, which I just think is interesting, maybe a little unusual as well. I don't know. You guys tell me. Sometimes I regret it. This is making me have a few more regrets, but it's okay. Happy collecting, guys. See you next time. Want to see more from AGTriviaMaster? Click your screen to subscribe or check out another video. Thanks for watching. Bye!